As we age, there's two things that I would say. First of all, the hippocampus shrinks as we age, believe it or not, or it can. The hippocampus is part of our brain that's responsible for long-term memory. There's really just there's a main thing that can stop or reverse the shrinkage of the hippocampus, and it's cardiovascular exercise.
There we
So
go.
yeah, so being fit, staying healthy, going for walks. If you just sit around as you get older, your hippocampus is going to shrink. The next thing that happens with our brains is as we age, our processing speed declines. The processing speed is the amount of time it takes your brain to see data, process it, and respond to it, and it peaks in our mid to late 20s. By age 50 plus, noticeable declines are not unusual. So, uh, you know, but here's the bad news: our processing speed declines as we age. The good news is our wisdom and strategic thinking skills improve. So, I
Yeah.
went and competed in a memory championship at MIT in November, and I hadn't really competed in 5 or 6 years, and they called me on the phone. They said, "Ron, we want you to compete in this." I said, "Are you kidding? I'm twice everybody's age. There's one person who's a freshman at MIT competing. I'm 3 times that person's age. I am not going to compete. Are you crazy? Like, come on, Ron, just do it. We would love to have you there." This was a tournament of champions, so it was by invite only. It was the best memory people in the United States. Um, and so I was a former champion, so I was invited. I competed that day. They had me on processing speed. No doubt about it, they had me on processing speed. But I didn't win. But there was 15 or 16 people, and I finished in the middle. And I was pretty proud of that
Yeah.
because I think I had a good strategy. And I think I could have actually won. No, 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 no. I think I could have finished top three. I think I could have finished top three. But what can we do? It all, as far as playing brain games or memory games, that's all good and memory training, wonderful. But I really do believe drinking plenty of water, 100 ounces of water a day for a guy who's 200 pounds, which I am, eating healthy exercise, that's all going to help your brain and memory.
Okay, I know you do well pickleball. We've played pickleball, and you also do jiu-jitsu. Is there a reason you chose that? Is that anything to do with your memory training, or there's other reasons?
I, I need to get beat up, and so I can't do it. I have a need. I don't fight people. I'm not a immature guy, but sometimes I get angry with people and I fantasize in my brain, oh my gosh, I would just want to punch that guy in the face. And then I go to jujitsu and I get absolutely destroyed because they're all better than me. And I'm like, oh my God, thank God I did not punch that guy in the face. So it is great exercise for me. It's a great challenge for me. It's a great source of friendship for me. You're going to have dementia if you isolate yourself, or that's one of the factors in it. So it's a social circle, it's exercise, it's friends. It does give me a little bit of self-defense, but that's probably only 20% of the reason I do it. The 80% is more of a healthy lifestyle and the friendships. But also, yeah, it does, when I'm frustrated and I'm angry at somebody, I'll go in there and get absolutely destroyed. And I'm so grateful that I did not act on that because I realized how good I'm not.
It's a great outlet, and yeah, there's so many levels to what you get out of jiu-jitsu. I love that. So for our listeners, food, supplements, I mean, any other brain health tips that they can do?
You build this mind palace out. That's what the mind palace is. The rooms in your house. That's it. So you do want to work on your good nutrition and exercise. The better cardiovascular fit you are, the better your blood flow is. The better your blood flow is, the more oxygen that gets to your brain. That's what ginkgo biloba is doing. You can accomplish the same thing through good nutrition and exercise. I'm a big believer in that. A dehydrated brain can't focus. Drink more water. Most Americans are chronically dehydrated, or most, I should say, I don't know about most, but I'll say, well, yeah, most. A majority of are dehydrated. Drink more water, go for walks, stay healthy, take a multivitamin, make sure you're getting your omega 3s. Now, if you do all that, your brain could be fresh and quick. You're never going to remember massive amounts of information, books, names, whatever, if you're not using a system. So use the Mind Palace, use memory systems to really catapult your memory.
Good. Love it.
Maybe Ron could help me because every time I park at a Walmart, I can't remember where the hell I parked when I leave. And this is consistent over the last 10 years since I hit 50. But obviously, we just proved that I can remember stuff because you just showed me with the proper system how to do it. But that's phenomenal. Well, I'm going to talk about trauma and memory. I don't know if that's anything that's in your wheelhouse or not. I mean, certainly being in the service, and we thank you for your service. Absolutely amazing sacrifice, what you went through. I mean, obviously, you've probably processed a heck of a lot of trauma, but how much does trauma really affect long-term memory, in your opinion?
Oh, well, 100% it does, and I don't think if any of the guys who I served with are listening to this, which they probably aren't, because no man's a prophet in his own hometown. If any of the guys I served with see my name on a podcast, they ain't listening. But in case they are, they know that I experienced no trauma in Afghanistan. I did watch folks die, but it was not in person. We in the intelligence unit, we had drones in the sky that we would follow people and kill them. So it was a little sanitized. It still did, it was you would think to yourself, man, that guy has 30 seconds left to live and he has no idea. And then boom, he's exploded. But it was sanitized because it was almost like you were watching TV. So
Almost gamified, like if you were playing a game for the most part there, because you take the emotional or the human side out of it when you do it on a drone like that, for sure. So, which is probably a good thing.
Yeah, I guess. The first time that it happened, it was, it did. My heart was pounding, and I was feeling my deep breathing. And I shouldn't say the first time. That happened every time. I mean, I did realize that's a human life right there. But to your question, I don't think there was no trauma to that. But I will say this. Stress is the worst enemy to your memory. Your body produces cortisol when you're stressed. Cortisol is good to get you through the stress or the trauma, but in long term, high cortisol levels are going to hurt your ability to think. And if somebody dies in your family, around that time period, you go through a breakup or whatever, around that time period, your memory was probably terrible. You were probably, oh, where's my keys? Oh my God, I can't remember anything right now. You're leaving your wallet at the store because you're in this time of high stress and heartache in your life. And so that 100% does affect your memory, and the best things that you can do is just keep yourself relaxed, breathing exercises, positive mindset, get around friends. But trauma does impact your memory, and talking to people about it and really helps.